Hola, beautiful people. It's me, Maris, again. Yeah, not for a reading, but I want to talk about Imara Reiki. I've been doing this. Wait. Okay. Scam Likely's calling me again. Scam, not while I'm on air. Anyway, Imara Reiki. What is Imara Reiki? Well, Imara Reiki is a form or a technique of Reiki that is practiced by Reiki masters. And so you have to be a Reiki master in order to be attuned to Imara Reiki, Imara. And it's kind of, to me, it was a weird little deal. I came across it and was looking at something and saw that somebody was offering an Imara Reiki class. So I go and I take this Imara Reiki. And, I'm kind of like the scientist in me wants a little background, wants to know a little about something. I just, I kind of laugh sometimes, thinking, oh, we just make up things from the hip there. But anyway, so Imara Reiki was created by Barton Wendell, and his brother Jeffrey assisted in this. And I'll tell you, I went to go do an internet search on these guys, and I found them on LinkedIn. And it says absolutely nothing about Imara Reiki. There's not like an Imara Reiki through these guys' website, nothing. In fact, anything that kind of goes further into, other than saying their names, so that they conceived and created this, conceived and created, right? Yeah. Is that, I guess that I don't know what you call it, but I guess they kind of believe that they're from outer space or from another planet, whatever. And so they have some of their, I guess, Pleiadian or whatever names. And that was something. And even looking under that, I couldn't find a lot of information about it. So everything, it was like pretty much you just got to trust that Reiki master, that they are giving you the correct information and etc. So I'll tell you, so I thought the class was kind of like, because it was like over and done with in an hour and a half, hour and a half. And I'm thinking, well, that's kind of like strange. So I go home and I start to kind of practice the Imara Reiki. And I always start on myself. I start working on myself. And I am like totally seeing things, totally experiencing things. And I'm like, this is really pretty cool. So I start to offer it to other people, and they were like, that is extremely intense. It goes really pretty deep. Now, what I love about the Imara Reiki is that there's not like a set of rules on how it's done, other than the fact that you have to be a Reiki master in whatever other tradition of Reiki. They don't care, but you have to have already been or have had your Reiki master attunement. So I'm looking at this is like an attunement on top of that. Not a reiju or a reiki on there, but an attunement on top of that. Not a reattunement, but a different kind of attunement that takes you far beyond what you've been attuned to before. So, again, so I've been offering these sessions, and like I said, it's very freestyle. There's not a set form that you have to follow in it, as in some of the other Reikis. And so sometimes I'll begin with a traditional Usui kind of placement, and then when we get to that major source that needs that Imara Reiki and allowing it to go in deeper, at that place, then it becomes what I call like more of a freestyle. So you're doing all sorts of different kind of energetic techniques in order to move energy and what I call make things happen. So I love the Imara Reiki, and it's probably one of my more favorites. I would equate it, for me, with almost like the shamanic. The shamanic allows you to go in on different levels and use different techniques and different devices of healing. So you might be using sound forks or the chakra tuning forks. You might be using crystals. You might be using smudge. You might be using all sorts of different other things in it. But in the Imara Reiki, we are using the Imara mantra, and the techniques for that, and we're bringing in that energy in a totally different level. Goes much, much, much deeper, and so I am offering the Amara sessions. I love them. They're really, really cool. They really go pretty deep. All right, so I'm going to tell you about a session that I did, and I have this young lady, and she is really in tune. Very, very, very high vibing chick, and she comes in and sees me, and we're doing Amara, and so it's kind of doing its thing through here, and I'm experiencing things, and I can see her do a little bit of twitching and etc. But her earth center, especially like the solar heart. Well, okay, so her heart center and her earth center have some issues going on. They're really, really, really deep seated. They're very, very what I would call old in nature. And so we're working on, whoops, I stepped on something here. So we're working on, kind of releasing that block. And the next thing I know, she starts laughing. And not a I'm talking a full belly barrel laugh. And it goes on for quite a while. And I'm over here going like, is she like making fun of me? Because you're doing a little bit of chanting and mantra work in this. And it was totally a spiritual experience. So she had blocks in the heart center, to the upper earth center, and then in the lower earth center, or what you would call the root. So she had some blocks going on there. And as those blocks were being cleared with using the Imara Reiki, as those blocks were being cleared, she felt that release of that stagnant energy, and then felt a rush. And she described it kind of like a spiraling rush of joy filling up those energetic centers. And hence, she said the laughter was that expression of extreme joy. And I was like, that is cool. Very cool experience for her. So that was a neat experience for me, because at first I'm kind of like, what the heck is going on? I mean, she's got some uncontrollable laughter. And then at the end of the session, we like to review what happens during the Amara session. She's like, that was the most incredible sense of joy. And it just filled that space right there. And that's what I was experiencing. I was experiencing all that joy. And it felt wonderful. And she laughed. And it was like a hearty laugh. And it was really neat. So that was just one experience that I've had of a client receiving the Imara Reiki. So you know what? You can have Imara Reiki with me as well. I say bank on about a 90-minute session, and it's not a whole 90 minutes, but we do spend a good hour and some on the table. And then we do review what you experienced or things that I might have experienced during that session that I need to relay to you. So I hope you enjoyed this little informative video, a little bit about what Imara Reiki is. If you'd like to schedule, you can go to my website at oklahomahealingconnection.com. and that has all my hours of availability, and then it'll have the link to schedule for your Imara session. So anyway, got to get ready for my clients. So peace, love, and harmony. I hope to see you very soon.